Assalamu alaikum, welcome to BFA's On The Ball show. We're back for the final segment. Producer, tell me when we're on live on air. That's not good. I'm chatting to the boys over here. Anyway, I can hear him screaming from the side. I can't hear nothing over here. All right, so Monica, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to talk about women's football and your journey in particular in a short while. But let's watch the highlights from today's action down at Wanstead. We did mention Elsa. The team of the moment in Division 1 flying. Are they going to get the win? Well, we know they didn't, so let's just watch the highlights and chat for a minute or so with Iqbal, and he can tell us what happened today. So enjoy the highlights. We'll see you in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. We've just seen the highlights, and as you might have heard, you heard Iqbal complaining on the state of the pitches, the fact that his players didn't have their right footwear, all sorts. So Iqbal, you lost 5-3, unlucky. The pitch did look bad, to be honest, but it's the same for everyone, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What did Seoul do that you didn't?
I think they had a lot of aggression on the pitch, and we lacked that, today. I don't want to say anything negative about my goalkeeper. I've got a lot of respect for him.
Let's leave that there. Listen, unlucky, but it looks like you've been benched and he's getting a new goalkeeper next week. But he doesn't want to say anything bad about you. Don't worry about it.
No, he's a good boy, man. And I asked him if he can get in goal for me, and he did. So I'm not going to take anything away from him.
No, listen, it's hard work.
However, where we lacked is we're not used to the surface. We're a new team. The surface has deteriorated, but it's no excuse. And we lacked aggression.
Okay.
So next week we're going to come back wiser and stronger.
Okay.
Hopefully, definitely.
Good luck. Good luck. We'll see how you get on next week. Right, Monju, a bit about yourself. Shadwell, obviously, you guys, bit of a transition phase. We've had Rafi on. You guys are a very, very young team. We've said oldies. I apologise. Myself and Shil Rastik were saying about having the oldies back. We didn't realise it was you, so we assumed it was Shelly and a few of the other ones, but it's obviously not. So, but Shadwell in particular, I have noticed that you guys are wearing spanking new kits and whatnot. I'm assuming it's Ashik and the management team behind all that again. Do you want to just give a shout out to your management and also to the guys sponsoring?
Genuinely a big thank you to our sponsors, the Tint Shop. They've gone a long way to help us achieve the things that we've been able to achieve, and hopefully we can do them proud. Both in terms of the football we play, what we achieve in the league, and how we conduct ourselves as well. So a big thank you to them again.
Brilliant.
Genuinely.
Okay, all right. We'll come back and talk a bit about sponsorship in a second. We've got our first call for the final segment. Welcome to BFA's On The Ball. Who do we have on the line?
We'll come back and talk a bit about sponsorship.
Okay, TV volume, can you put it down, please? Hello?
Hello?
Hiya, who do we have on the line?
Hello?
Hiya, you're live on BFA's On The Ball show. What would you like to say?
Yeah, hello. I was wondering if I could ask Iqbal a question?
Yeah, go for it. Okay, he's gone. Yeah. That's probably your goalkeeper.
That's what I had to say.
That means resign. You're never going to see him again. That's the last time you're going to hear his voice. Anyway, all right, go, mate. We're only joking. Okay, so have we got another call? Do we have? Yes, we have another call. Okay, you're live on BFA's On The Ball show. What would you like to say?
Yeah, hi there. I'd just like to talk to the brother who's sitting in the middle. For Shadwell FC.
Yeah, that would be Monju. I'm hoping you know who he is. Fire away. What's your question?
I've seen him play.
Yeah, brilliant. Go on then.
Yeah, I was asking. You have a striker and midfielder in your team. Ashraf and Sabir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering, could I scout them? Because I think they're really good and they could play Saturday football for
We'll talk money. I guess we'll talk money after the show's over. So we'll see if we can prize them away from us.
Ashraf, thank you for the call. He just bigged himself up. But genuinely, Ashraf plays for Sporting Bengal, doesn't he? And so he's doing really, really well. So again, we do have youngsters at Shadwell who are representing our community team down at
6-7 years of experience.
Yeah. So and he is a very, very good talent as well. Again, someone who adds a bit of experience to your team from that level, doesn't he? So okay. So right. Well, have we got another call? Do we have another call?
Yes, brother.
Yes. How are you, brother? You okay?
Yes, brother. My name's Abdul. I called a few minutes ago. Am I happy today?
Oh, how you doing? Yeah, Iqbal. You wanted to speak to Iqbal. You're not the goalkeeper, are you?
No, but no goalkeeper.
Oh, okay, go on. What's your question?
I play strike.
Oh, you're a striker. All right.
Oh, Assalamualaikum.
Iqbal's looking confused. He doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, he don't belong there. That's why I want to call, innit?
Oh, ouch. Okay, well, thank you for your call. Right.
I'm sure there's many of us.
Yeah, no call. Yeah, that's what being manager is all about, guys. It's tough decisions, and we've talked about it every week. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's heart-wrenching at times when your team's not winning or not getting results, and you're still having to make decisions. Everybody wants to play football on a Sunday. You've got 14, 15 players. It's up to you guys, if you're on the bench, when you get the opportunity, to not let these guys down, and please give them a bit of respect, guys. They put a lot of time and effort. For you guys to call and say stupid things, which it is, don't do it. It's pointless. So guys, for my again, to all the managers out there, keep up the great work that you're doing. Sunday league football isn't the easiest, and I know keeping individuals happy, not difficult at all, not hard. So guys, please, when we get calls like that, be respectful. Okay, so Monica, let's come back to you.
Yep.
Women's football. Tell us a bit about your club. I want to. You just said it's one of the biggest clubs in south of England. How many teams do you have?
I think we have about 7 teams.
Wow. Okay.
So we've got 3 seniors. So you've got the firsts, your reserves, and your development, and then you've got the under 16s, and then so on.
Okay.
I joined them about just over a month ago through a couple of friends of mine who've been with them for a couple of years now, and I think it was just this season they got promoted into the Division 1.
Okay.
So it's going all right at the moment.
All right. For those that don't know,
Yeah.
now women's football has just only really hit the news, Sky Sports News. We see it all over the place. I was down at MK Dons last year, the night before the Women's FA Cup final.
Oh yeah.
And I had the privilege of playing at that stadium. And the grass was an immaculate stadium, beautiful stadium. But you're playing your finals at big prestigious stadiums now. But just tell us, those that don't know, including myself, a bit about the structure from what you know of women's football.
So it's a bit different to men's. Initially it's a bit confusing. So it started off with the Women's Super League.
Yeah.
And only this season they've split into a League 1 and a League 2. And then below that is the Premier League, so I had the opportunity to play in that last season. You've got your 2 divisions, which you've got your Northern and your Southern, so I was in the Southern division of that.
And that's equal, isn't it?
That is equal, yeah. So you literally got your Women's Super League, now you've got your second Women's Super League, and then you've got your Premier Leagues.
Okay, so you're playing 2 steps down from the...
Well, when I was playing, it was only 1 step down.
Yeah, okay.
But now they've introduced this second league, so we're kind of been dropped to the 3rd tier, I guess.
Okay.
And then below that, you've got your combination, so your Division 1, where I am in now. So you've got the South East combinations, you've got things South West, Midlands, and your Northern. So again, that's all the same as well, just different areas.
Right. Okay.
And then below that, I think you've got your county level regionals.
Yeah. So in terms of your own, in fact, we've got a call. So let me just take this call. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show. What would you like to say? I think we've got Habib on the line. Habib?
Yeah, hi there. Hello?
Hi, Assalamu alaikum, Habib. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. I hope you got a sensible question, sir.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm just asking about the team that's winning the league, FC Bengal.
Yeah, go for it.
I was wondering, how long have they been together for?
They actually merged or came together for the first time last year. So when the CFL came about, that's when FC Bengal came into fruition, I guess.
All right. I was going to ask, shouldn't they have a name change to FC Non-Bengal?
They should. We've been there. We've talked about it. Like we said, I think what it is the management structure is Bengali, and ultimately they're the ones that put the time and the effort into it. I guess it's the age-old question, but like I say, ultimately, what is a name? The name is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, and in my experience and in my suggestion would be, guys, just enjoy it. You know, you're playing against some brilliant players. You're playing against a very good team. You know, Shuel mentioned it earlier. This is the benchmark. Give yourselves and your team the benchmark, and this is where you should aspire to be. So I hope that answers the question. And yeah, I don't know. A name is nothing but a name. So let's just leave it there. So thank you for the call, Habib. Appreciate that. Right, so come back to you with regards to girls football. Now, BFC Bengal, this is someone else. I let you guys all these questions about FC Bengal. But BFA, we've gone down the route of girls football, introduced it. We've got our academy, which is going very, very successfully over the last 2 years.
Right.
We've got the Town Hamlets Youth League. We've just introduced disability football and also, like I said, girls football.
Yeah.
It's been going for 6 months. In terms of your journey, BFA is a kind of a charity organisation. Majority of our population of our organisation is headed up by Bangladeshi, from the Bangladeshi community, and obviously the girls that we're going to be having are from Tower Hamlets community. Specifically, I guess we're working with Asians or Bangladeshi girls. In your experience, what's the experience like? What's the journey been like for you getting into football? For those aspiring footballers, women footballers, girl footballers.
Based on my experiences, I know everyone has their own different experiences, situations they encounter, but mine, they've all been quite positive. It started off obviously with family. It's important to have a supportive family. So initially I had my sort of dad driving me to local games when I was with the team. And financially, emotionally, they've always been there. They always said, if that's what you enjoy, you carry on doing it. So my experiences, I haven't actually encountered anything sort of negative, whereas I know there's a few players out there have, but I think it just depends on how you face those situations. And for young girls, what age group are they?
Well, anything from 6 all the way up to 16.
Oh, okay.
So, the first steps of getting into girls football, is it something that we should be working more with schools, or do we, how, in your, again going back to your experiences, and you got in through the schools and the network program that you have there?
I think starting off from school is a pretty good idea, actually. My PE teachers played a big part on introducing football to me, so I think getting in touch with local schools and seeing if there's girls there who are interested, because when I started off in secondary school, there were loads of Asian girls, but obviously as you grow up, interests change as well. But I think schools will probably be a good starting point of getting girls more involved into the game.
Okay.
Sorry, Monica, what position do you play?
I'm a centre back.
No, you can't sign her at
I need
Elsa.
a centre.
He's always on the lookout, isn't he?
We must talk.
Shuel, going back to you, BFA, with your BFA hat on, what in terms of girls football, and it's relatively new, what do you see as, I guess, the barriers moving forward for us?
I think it boils down to what Monica was saying, is I think the support from parents with regards to any of our youth football to start off with. I mean, the kids, for the boys, for example, it only started properly last year for ourselves with the academy, and then that's really taken off really well. But I think with the girls, I think it's probably going to be a slight barrier culturally to start off with. I think is a massive change for a lot of people. As in, getting the boys involved is one thing. Now getting the girls involved, I think is going to be completely different. But it's something to keep them active, because I think it's really important. For I mean, I'm a father with a girl, and I'd love my daughter to be playing for any kind of sport really, to keep her active and going. And if it's something she enjoys, I'll help her along with that without any doubt. So, but I think it's understanding that getting girls together and having some fun together, like we do as boys, we do that and we really enjoy it. I'm sure it's exactly the same for yourself, Monica, and I'm sure my daughter would enjoy having a bunch of girls to be playing football about with and not having any problems. So I think it's just building those friendships and those experiences as well. It's part of parcel of what we do. I mean, it's our peers that we start off with, and moving forward from there. On
that topic, we do we have a call on the line which might interest you, Monica. Hopefully she's got a question for you. We've got a female caller, and she's got an interest in becoming footballer. So let's take her call. Snalcom, welcome to the show. What would you like to say? Hello?
Hello.
Snalcom, who do we have on the line?
Walaikum salam. My name is Sheila.
Sheila, welcome to BFA's On The Ball. What would you like to say?
I've got two things I'd like to raise. One is, you had a call earlier on saying something negative about Iqbal. I think it's absolutely amazing that these young Bangladeshi men take time out to provide support in the community for our Bangladeshi youth. So even if they're not doing a great job, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. These young men are not professionally trained to manage a football team. They're doing this in their own time, and they also enjoy what they're doing. So actually, hats off to them.
Thank you. Yeah, well said.
And
well said.
Secondly, in terms of the female football team, that's also another amazing thing that we're doing as a community, supporting our Bangladeshi young girls who are up and coming in the community and also in the UK. But one thing, as I'm Bangladeshi and you're all Bangladeshi, we're all aware of the stigmatism of our community and the way our families are and their approach and their attitude. And to get the families involved in supporting these young Bangladeshi girls would be brilliant too. Just going to the school isn't sufficient. The girls, they most likely would like to progress not only in football but in other types of sports. And getting that support from their family is important, not only in what they would enjoy doing, but the remainder of their life and in other aspects of their life. And I think what you people are doing is great.
Thank
well
you.
Done.
I appreciate the call, Sheila. Very much appreciated, and especially your first point, going back to the young brother Iqbal, what Iqbal's doing with Elsa and everybody else, and Monjur and everybody else that is managing. Like I say, it's hard as it is. We don't need idiots. I guess is the best way to describe them, calling and saying silly things. But thank you for your call. Really appreciate that, Sheila. Okay, so we've only got a few minutes left on the show, unfortunately, for tonight. But my one question, Monica, I want to ask, obviously from our perspective, being a Bangladeshi community, a Muslim community in particular,
Right.
women football, what's the take of the hijab in women's football at the moment? It has been a bit, I've seen it on Sky Sports and people talk about it. Do you see many Asian women, I know we've got a couple of international teams out there, there's been a lot of a hoo-ha around it. What's your take on that and the so-called health and safety issues?
I don't feel there is an issue. I think it's just people making an issue out of something that doesn't really need to be spoken about, I guess. It's all down to talent, ability, if the player's committed enough. And that's what a person should be judged on, rather than a hijab. I haven't actually played against anyone who wears a hijab, but I've seen Muslim girls. I think it was Acton Town a few years ago. They've got a Muslim team there. I think it just started off, a friend of mine was coaching them. And watching them play, it was quite nice. It's something different, and hopefully they'll sort of progress onwards as well. I only saw them, I think, for a couple of weeks, so I'm not sure how they're doing now. But it is something new to the community, and we should sort of embrace new challenges as well.
Yeah. Okay. So again, it's just one of them. I guess false objections, isn't it? That's what it is.
Exactly.
It's another excuse not to be playing.
And the sort of race card people tend to use.
Okay.
In my personal experiences, I find it's more of an excuse when you don't get what you want. It's easy to just blame it on race.
Yeah. You know what? I would kind of agree with that. I fortunately haven't experienced much racism in my life growing up through the systems, but it's easier to use the race card and say it's because I'm black, or it's because I'm brown, or it's because I wear a hijab, and your proof is in the pudding, and you're playing at a decent standard. And good luck to you, and well done.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, we really are running. We've got a few minutes left, but thank you, Monica. It's been insightful.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully, as our girls football academy develops, we'll have you along on the show, and also down to the academy as well, and you can check it out and see, maybe help us out along the way as well. So thank you for coming here. Really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Definitely. All right, guys. One thing I want to talk about. I think, if I can just, is the picture ready? Yeah, we've got a picture. I just want to share a bit of good news for you guys. A young boxer from our Tower Hamlets community went to fight in Hull today. He's with the Newham Amateur Boxing Club. Many of you will know his, it's on the screen right now, Ismail Islam. He's the one holding the trophy on the right hand side. Big congratulations to you, Ismail. I know his dad, and many of you do know his dad, Raqibul Islam. He's the manager of the Bow FC football club. His son has been fighting for a long time now, and their team, Newham Amateur Boxing Club, went down to Hull. It was a North versus South, and I hate to say, London whooped Hull. It hurts me.
It does.
But well done to Newham Amateur Boxing Club, and well done to Rocky. I know he spends a lot of time with his son, and he's committed, really is committed, and his son obviously has a lot of talent. Ismail, if you're watching, well done, young man, and keep up the good work. Hopefully we'll have more good news to share in the coming years, and hopefully one day you're fighting for Great Britain in the Olympics, I hope, and following in Amir Khan's footsteps. So well done once again, Ismail. Right, guys. Monjo, from your own perspective, anything that you want to say? Any final words for your Shadwell boys?
Just thank you again to management and to all the players who turn up, give their effort, and make it possible. Youngsters as well. They actually are an example to some of the elder lot, especially with their fitness and technical ability. So keep it up.
Yeah, brilliant. Yourself, Elsa?
Any sport, we need support, and keep up the good work to everyone, because sport is a great discipline for children and even adults. So yeah, keep up the good work to everyone. Yeah,
brilliant. Shuel, thank you very much. Now, obviously, just before I go, we have had Sporting Bengal academy results down at Wanstead today as well in the LE Junior Leagues. The under-8s had a brilliant result against London APSA. Always good to be beating our local rivals. Well done, 4-3 in a cracking game down at Newbury Park. So well done, under-8s. Under-9s winning 3-2. Under-11s not doing so well, they lost. And the under-13s unusually dropping points yet again, 2-all against Rapid. So guys, see you all on training on Thursday, 5:30 Mile End. For anybody budding footballers out there, any parents watching who want to get their kids involved in the Tower Hamlets Youth League, get in touch with BFA. And if you want to get involved in the Sporting Bengal Academy, Mile End every Thursday, 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Mile End Astro. Get yourself there. We look forward to seeing you then. Right, we're out of time for this week's BFA On The Ball show. As ever, it's been brilliant, really insightful. Thank you for all the kids from Shadwell, under 14s and under 12s. It was good having you on the show. I love it when we get kids on. And thank you for all the parents and all the ladies that have called in. Thank you very much. If you've missed the show and you're not watching it, then I don't know why I'm saying this, but for those of you that have, the repeats on at 12 o'clock tomorrow on Monday, every Monday, 12 o'clock. And you can also catch it on YouTube. If you type in BFA On The Ball, you can catch up with all the last few months shows, and for all the kids out there, you can share it with your mates at school as well. So your moment of fame. That's me done for this evening. Thank you to all my guests on my left. Thank you to Monica. Been very insightful as ever. Until next week, I've been Imran Ghazi. You've been watching BFA's On The Ball show. Good evening and assalamu alaikum.